Hello everyone, I'm Vani. In the last series, we have discussed about XML technology and how it is useful for in a distributed system. Now let's see in this session about web services. What is web services? Web services is a piece of software that makes itself available over internet and uses standardized XML messages system. Web services are self-contained model distributed dynamic application that can be described, published, locate on over a network to create a product, process, and supply chains. Here, web services is a collection of open protocols and standards used for exchanging data between applications or a system. A software component stored on one computer that can be accessed via methods by an application or another computer. The next one is web service can be accessible in an interface to application function to build and standard internet protocols. Here, what are the functionality exposed to a consumer that are internet or intranet programmable URL functions can call over internet. The next one is components of web service. Here are the basic components of web services are SOAP, Simple Object Access Protocol, which can be represented by the following data representation and exchange mechanism XML to describe services offered through WSDL and to register and locate web service based application through UDDI. Here, the next one is web service architecture. Web service architecture is based on the three things, that is service registry, service provider, and service consumer. Here, these three services bind together, where in service registry the user data is stored, uh, whereas in service consumer it will use to analyze the users data. In service provider, the consumer will bind the data and sends the data. In the next one, through service provider, it will publish the user information to the service registry. Here, what are the technology in web services and what are the purpose of it? Let's see. The first one is UEDI. UEDI is a universal discovery describe interface where the directory can publish and find the services. The next one is DISCO. It is a services on server to inspect the data. The next one, WSDL, web service definition language. Here the formal service description can be notified. The next one is SOAP, simple object access protocol, where the wire format services can be interacted. Next one is universal data format. It is the basic form of web application. The common communication is the internet. The next one, what are the advantages of web services? Here, all programs can be written in a different language on a different platforms to distribute an application in a standard based. It adapts loosely coupled web programming model to use application where it is browser based. The goal of web services is to provide a platform for building distributed application using software, where we can run on different operating system and devices, write a different programming language, and use tools from multiple vendors, and also it can be potentially developed as well as deployed independently. Here we conclude that without web services we cannot access application over different platforms. It plays a major role in a distributed computing. Here, uh, the networks activated through web services based on um, three level. Either it can be a internet or intranet or through a Wi-Fi communication. Through internet we can communicate a local and wide area networks. Through intranet we can communicate between close communities such as LAN network. Through Wi-Fi we can access the networks over a global communication. These are the basics standards of web services. um, let's see a brief discussion about a SOAP, simple object access protocol, in the next session. Thank you.